story of 5,000 awesome facts about everything. I have lost track of what segment this is. 8, 9, maybe. But it's been amazing going through this book with you, and we have barely scratched the surface. I think, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. It's been so long since I filmed one. I am pretty sure the last page that we did was 15 super cool facts about seahorses. Which means that today we're doing 75 facts that go to the extreme. So, if you're tucked in and ready for a sleepy time, make sure you like and subscribe before you fall asleep. And I will start with some soft-spoken to the first 30 or so soft-speaking, and then I will transition to a whisper voice for you. The blue whale eats 11,000 pounds or 5,000 kilograms of krill every day. That's almost 6 tons or 5.5 metric tons of food. Hurricanes can drop 2.4 trillion gallons of rain, which is 9 trillion liters of rain, in 24 hours. Sections of the German Autobahn, a high-speed expressway, have no speed limits, although the recommended speed is 80 miles per hour or 130 kilometers per hour. The fastest recorded speed is 271.5 miles an hour or 436.9 kilometers per hour. There is no land underneath the ice at the North Pole, but there is an entire continent below the South Pole. Skyyaking is jumping out of a plane while sitting in a kayak and landing with the help of a parachute in a body of water. Super scary. To stay cool out of the water, hippos sweat what looks like red blood. This really thick, dark red mucus keeps their skin from getting sunburned. Gross. Able to survive at 21,325 feet, or 6,500 meters. Himalayan jumping spiders live at a higher elevation than any other species. They eat frozen insects that the wind blows up the slopes. That is fascinating. The farthest known galaxy from the Earth is 13.3 billion light years away. Cliff diving has earned the nickname tombstoning because the sport has sent some jumpers to an early grave. Do not try this at home. Louis Sebastien Lenormand survived a jump off an observation tower in France in 1783 using a wood-framed parachute that looked like an umbrella. He envisioned the device serving as a portable fire escape. Yeah. While Death Valley, California, USA has the hottest air temperature at 134 degrees Fahrenheit or 56.7 degrees Celsius, Iran's Lut Desert recorded the hottest land surface temperature at 159.3 degrees Fahrenheit or 70.7 degrees Celsius. To cook an egg, the sidewalk needs to be 158 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 degrees Celsius. So you literally could cook an egg in Iran. In 2012, skydiver Felix Baumgartner jumped out of a capsule that was carried more than 29 miles or 39 kilometers above the Earth by a balloon. I assume he was wearing a parachute. Maryland, USA holds the record for the most rain to fall any place on Earth in 60 seconds, more than 1 inch. That's bizarre. Why Maryland? Such a random place. The deepest part of the ocean, the Pacific's Mariana Trench, is nearly 7 miles, 11 kilometers deep, and 5 times longer than the Grand Canyon in Arizona, USA. I have never been to the Grand Canyon, and therefore have really no conceptualization of how long it actually is, or really how deep, honestly. I've just seen it in pictures and on television. It would take 100 Earths lined up end to end to stretch across the face of the sun. Arica, Chile once went 173 months without a drop of rain. That's more than 14 years. Wild. These are very extreme facts. The longest mountain range on Earth is 90% underwater. The mid-ocean range spans 40,389 miles, or 65,000 kilometers, as it crisscrosses the globe. The platypus, one of only 2 kinds of mammals that lay eggs, is also the most venomous mammal. Its venom is powerful enough to kill a small animal. Venezuela's Angel Falls, the longest uninterrupted waterfall on Earth, has a 3,212 foot or 979 meter drop. That's more than 17 times the height of North America's Niagara Falls. I've seen pictures of that too, and it's gorgeous. The fastest ever Iditarod racer covered the 1,049 mile or 1,688 kilometer course across the wilderness of Alaska, USA, with his team of sled dogs in 8 days, 18 hours, and 46 minutes. The Dead Sea is 10 times saltier than the ocean. The Badwater Ultramarathon is a 135 mile or 217 kilometers run from the lowest point in California, USA, Death Valley, to the trailhead of its highest peak, Mount Whitney. So it's literally uphill the entire way. That's insane. A howler monkey's howls can be heard 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers away. The Great Barrier Reef is the only living organism visible from space. Madagascar, which is about the size of Texas, USA, is home to 5% of the world's plant and animal species. Less than half of 1% of Antarctica is ice-free. Frederick Wheel accomplished a spectacular feat when he made an 86-foot, 26-meter dive from a helicopter into an Italian lake. Maxwell Montes, the tallest mountain on Venus, is almost 7,000 feet, 2,150 meters higher than Mount Everest, and may contain large quantities of fool's gold, which is iron pyrite. American Alex Honnold used no ropes or safety devices to climb 2,130 foot or 649 meters high granite face of the Half Dome in Yosemite National Park, California, in 2 hours, 45 minutes. I don't know if you guys have seen that documentary on him doing that free climb, but it is really cool. He's very, very dedicated to the sport. Evel Knievel's attempt to jump a 1,600 foot or 488 meters wide canyon in Idaho, USA on a super-powered motorcycle failed when his parachute opened early and carried him to the canyon floor without injury. That's sad. Imagine preparing for that and being ready for that and knowing that you could do it and just, having the parachute as a safety device and then having that be the reason that you didn't make it all the way across, thinking to yourself, if I had jumped without a parachute, I'd probably be just fine and on the other side of this canyon right now. The meteor that struck Earth 65 million years ago and is believed to have wiped out the dinosaurs was the size of San Francisco, California. Because a flea jumps so high, about 38 times its body length, it has adapted to withstand 100 Gs, or 100 times the force of gravity. Fighter pilots can withstand only 8 or 9 Gs without special suits. A man once blew a bubblegum bubble 20 inches, 50.8 centimeters in diameter. That's more than twice as big as a basketball. Goodness gracious. I bet that was a mess when it popped. It probably got all up in his hair. If you're going to do, Guinness World Book Record, bubble blowing activities, you should probably just shave your head and your eyebrows. The bar-headed goose, the world's highest flying bird, migrates over the Himalaya, the world's highest mountain range. At any single moment, there are about 20 volcanoes erupting worldwide, not counting the seafloor. Vatican City, an independent country, is located entirely within the city of Rome, Italy. Remote Tristan da Cunha Island is 1,740 miles or 2,800 kilometers from South Africa and has fewer than 300 people, but it does have internet access. The bulldog ant is considered the most dangerous kind of ant. It bites with sharp mandibles and has a sting that is lethal enough to kill a human. A saguaro cactus can store up to 200 gallons or 757 liters of water in order to survive in the desert. Ski kiting, sometimes called snow kiting, is skiing or snowboarding while harnessed to a giant kite. Wind power can send you downhill at speeds of 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour. Researchers must wear ice-cooled suits while studying Mexico's Cave of Crystals. Temperatures exceed 112 degrees Fahrenheit, or 44 degrees Celsius, because the cave lies above a cauldron of pressurized molten rock. More than 1.5 million wildebeests migrate in a 1,200-mile or 1,931 kilometer loop through Africa's Serengeti every year in search of food and water. On the straightaways, NASCAR drivers travel almost the length of a football field in 1 second. I guess that depends on which track they're racing on. Some straightaways are not long enough to get up to that speed, but I'm assuming maybe Talladega. The wingspan of the largest species of albatross is as wide as 3 baseball bats lined up end to end. liters, I don't know how you'd say that, of water on the planet. That's the equivalent of only over 36 sextillion. That's 36 with 21 zeros. Gallons, or 136 sextillion liters of milk. Interesting that they chose milk to be the thing that they compared water on the planet to. When the Texas horned lizard is frightened, it can squirt a third of the volume of blood in its body out through a pore inside. That seems like it might be hazardous to the lizard's health. An electric eel has 5 times the voltage of a household electrical outlet. Crazy. The world's smallest movie was recently made by moving atoms to create images that show a boy playing with a ball and bouncing on a trampoline. The images had to be magnified 100 million times to be visible to the human eye. The weight of all of the ants in the world is equal to that of the weight of all of the humans in the world. The Infinity chili sauce is 235 times hotter than Tabasco sauce. The Luther Burger, named after singer Luther Vandross, is a bacon cheeseburger sandwiched between 2 glazed donuts. And I have to tell you, I have not had a Luther Burger. However, I did go to Cookout and get a burger, and then also immediately afterwards went to Krispy Kreme and got a donut. And so, if you know about Krispy Kreme donuts, like, you have to eat them when they're hot, because that's when they are the most amazing. So I sat down in the Krispy Kreme and was eating my burger, and I was like, let me take a few bites of this donut before it cools off. And so when I bit into the donut, it was such an amazing experience, because like the lingering flavor of the burger and the onion was still in my mouth, and then biting into the warm Krispy Kreme donut, like the flavors meshed so perfectly. So I imagine that a Luther Burger is absolutely amazing, even though it's probably all of your daily calories in one burger. Probably more than. Now I've lost my point. Oh, there we go. A sailfish can swim 13 times faster than the fastest Olympic swimmer. Even faster than Michael Phelps. The highest wave ever surfed was as tall as a 10-story building. Tibet's Yarlung Sangpo is considered the Everest of rivers. At 13,000 feet or 4,000 meters, it has the highest average elevation of any major river in the world and is 3 times deeper than Arizona's Grand Canyon. Volcano surfers slide down active volcanoes on specially designed boards at speeds up to 50 miles or 80 kilometers per hour. The world's largest tire, located in Allen Park, Michigan, USA, was once a Ferris wheel at the 1964 to 65 New York World's Fair. The root system of a type of Christmas tree that grows in Sweden is as old as the last ice age. Tony Hawk got his first skateboard when he was 9 years old and turned pro at 14. A 1920 baseball game ended in a 1-1 tie after 26 innings, the most innings ever played in a game. The umpire had to call the game because of darkness. The world's tallest tree, a coast redwood in California, USA, is about twice as high as the Statue of Liberty. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I feel like I need to go see this tree. The world's largest jack-o'-lantern weighed 1,810 pounds or 821 kilograms. That's as much as 4 African lions. In the summer, the temperature on Mars can range from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 21 degrees Celsius at noon at the equator to a low of negative 225 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 143 degrees Celsius at the North or South Poles. The thrill seekers bungee jump from a 764-foot or 233-meter high platform on Macau Tower in Macau, China. After a 4 to 5 second free fall, jumpers ultimately land on an airbag. Yikes. The oldest out-of-bred giant tortoise on record lived 255 years. Humans can survive only a few days without water. Camels can go at least a week without drinking and more than a month without eating. The world's largest cookie, made by a bakery in North Carolina, USA, weighed over 40,000 pounds or 18,144 kilograms. That's as much as at least 80 mountain gorillas. Zeus, a Great Dane, is the world's tallest dog. From paw to shoulder, he is 44 inches or 112 centimeters high and eats 15 pounds of dog food per week. So that's almost 4 feet from his paw to his shoulder. That's not even counting like his head, like the rest of his body. So probably this dog is looking you straight in the face when you come in the door. Krubera Cave is at least 7,000 feet, 2,134 meters deep, room enough to fit at least 5 of New York City's Empire State Buildings. In 1974, Philip Pettit walked back and forth on a high wire between New York City's 2 World Trade Center towers for an hour, while police waited on each side to arrest him. I can understand why they had to arrest him, but still, it's pretty interesting. The Australian pelican's bill can stretch to hold 3 gallons or 11.4 liters of water. Winter Olympics luge athletes travel as fast as 86 miles per hour or 138 kilometers per hour. Street lugers have like Robert Lozier. No. Luger or Luger. I'm gonna go with Luger. Street lugers have reached speeds of almost 100 miles per hour or 161 kilometers per hour. Argentinosaurus, the largest known dinosaur, was the length of 3 school buses. Tinkerbella Nana, a wasp named after Peter Pan's fairy friend, is a little bit bigger than the diameter of a human hair. Kids as young as 4 used to race on camels as jockeys in some Middle Eastern countries, but they've been replaced by remote control robots dressed as jockeys.